What's up? It's Joshua, man. So, Escape from LA, right? No. I want to tell you about Escape from New York, right? For real, it's like, I just want to cover this again because Escape from New York is Revelations. Like, if Revelations was real, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why Jesus, like, told everybody to read the Bible. He should just tell everybody, watch John Carpenter's movie, Escape from New York, right? Because, okay, and I'm going to redo it. Because I love that movie, man. I really do like that movie. So Snake Plissken gets caught, right? He gets caught, and then he's like all chained up, and he's like smoking all the time because he's like, I don't know, maybe Jesus was a smoker, right?
He just keeps firing.
But then Hulk's like, the president's plane went down, and then Snake's like, the president of what? Is that very funny, Snake? He's like, here's what we need you to do. We're sending you in there. We need you to go in there and get the president out. Who's the president? Is the president the Holy Spirit? Right? So, like, I mean, let's put this in Jesus terms. Jesus is Snake Plissken, like he's right, like he's got the eye of Horus, right? He's walking around, he's got the eye of Horus, right? He's Snake Plissken, he's like, he's missing an eye, he's Horus, right? And he's got to go in, and he's got a snake on him because Ra's the falcon, right? The snake. So, but instead of like being a hat on his head, he's carrying the snake on his chest because Jesus is the new formation of Horus, right? And Jesus has to go in there to go into noon, right? So that's what Jesus is doing, right? Jesus is Snake Plissken, right? And Hawk's like, we'll send you in there, Snake. You gotta go get creation out of noon. And Snake's like, I'm going in one way or another. And then he like put this thing in Snake's neck, right? But he's like, but you're actually the sky god now. Because when they put that thing in Snake Plissken's neck, they make him the sky god, right? And he's got the snake on him. So he's carrying around the sin. But it's the new sins, right? He's carrying around the snake. But it's raw, but it's set, right? But he's the eye of Horus too, right? So then Snake Plissken comes in because he's a sky god. It's like Revelation. Jesus will come in on the cloud, right? And Snake Plissken comes in. He's like riding in on that jet thing that he rides in on, and he lands it on the World Trade Center when it still exists. He lands it because like Hulk says to Snake Plissken, he's like, "Why me? Well, you flew the jet in over where was it? Like over Leningrad. So we need you to go in there, Snake." That's what they said to Jesus. Jesus is like, why you need to crucify me? Because, like, I don't know what Jesus did, like, because you're the eye of Horus, so they had to crucify Jesus. It's the same thing to do with Snake. So it's like Jesus gets crucified, they send him into hell, and he walks through hell. Snake Plissken is Jesus, it's the same thing. He got crucified, he's Horus, so he's getting sent in to the Big Apple. The Big Apple, because he's got to save original sin, right? He's got to bring grace in. So Snake Plissken, as Jesus getting crucified, he gets sent in like a sky god in onto the World Trade Center because he's got to go into the Big Apple with the snake on his chest. He's carrying around the sins to get the new law out, right? So Snake Plissken, he goes in there, right? And then he meets Cabby. He meets the first horseman. I don't even know. Cabby might be the second horseman. I don't know which horseman's which. Because there's Cabby. Then he meets the other three horsemen because he's the Canaanite god Baal, right? Snakes Baal, right? Then there's Cabby. Then there's the other three horsemen. There's Cabby, and then there's Squeeze and Brain. Those are the other three horsemen the snake walks around in hell with because they're the four horsemen. They're walking around the Big Apple because with the snake on his chest, right? The snake's walking around. He's got the eye of Horus. He's carrying around the snake because he's walking into hell with the four horsemen, right? To get the new law, right? Because the president, his plane went down. The snake's got to go in there and find this tape because the president has this tape, which is the new law, the New Testament, the new biblical truth. Snake's got to go into the Big Apple, right, against Satan to get it out. And he's carrying Satan on his chest because he's the high priest. He's carrying it around. And so Snake goes in there, and he's got to find the president, right? And then who's he run into? The Duke of New York. Who's the Duke of New York? Duke of New York's obviously Satan, right? Because the Duke of New York has the president, has the new law, but Snake, who is like, Jesus, has to go into hell to fight the Duke of New York. And who runs hell? Satan. So Snake Plissken, Jesus, goes into New York, into the Big Apple, right? And he's got to find the Duke of New York, number one, Duke of New York, right? And he finds him, and then anyway. So then they're going out on the bridge, and then the other three horsemen, they get killed. But Snake gets out with the president, right? And he gets over the wall, right? And then here's what Snake does, man. Because he kept saying, call me Snake, right? And Hulk's calling him Snake. And then he gets the president out, and they take he goes, there wasn't even really anything in your neck, right? And he goes, good job, Snake. And Snake looks at Hulk and goes, call me Plissken. Because at that point, he walked into hell, and just like God does, God renamed Snake from Snake into Plissken because he went into hell and beat the Duke of New York and then comes out with a new law. But he comes out with the new law, and here's what Snake does. Because we're all under grace, he tears it up. As he's walking away. He's like, ha ha. And then the president goes to put it on there, which I guess it represents the old Jews. It's like Cabby's, it's Cabby, the horseman, because he's like, I'm still friends with one of the horsemen who would probably, I guess Cabby would probably be the second horseman, like Paul. And he puts in Paul's tape. It's like playing that Cabby music. Have you seen Escape from New York? It's the story of Jesus Christ and the crucifixion. Amen, I say to you. Ominous, yabba dabba doo.